Flashback.
I've never had a stranger stop me with a newborn in her mouth until today. A stray cat stepped in front of me and placed a tiny, trembling life at my feet. I was walking home along the bricks when a tabby darted out, tail high, eyes locked on mine. In her mouth, an orange kitten, still wobbly, fresh to the world. She set the baby down, then stood between us like a guard. She paced, circled, blocked my ankle every time I tried to step past. A low, urgent meow. Another, not aggression, a plea. I didn't understand at first. Why me? Why now? She rubbed my leg, pressed her head against my shoe, then ran back to the kitten, touching it with her nose, looking up again. That's when it clicked. She wasn't warning me off. She was asking for help. She stepped to my knee and back again, tail quivering, glancing from my face to the kitten on the bricks. The baby wriggled toward a strip of sun, so small its paws slid on the herringbone pavement. I crouched. She slid against my shin, marking me with her cheek, then planted herself beside the kitten like a sentry. A second meow, short, sharp. I held out my hand, palm low. She sniffed, touched it with a quick nose boot, and turned to nudge the baby closer. We shifted to the edge of the grass where the wind was softer. She paced a tight circle around my shoes. Another step, and she leaned into a gentle stroke along her spine. No flinch, only a hopeful trill. The kitten squeaked, folded into a sleepy loaf. She bent to lift it, then stopped and looked up at me again. On our small square of brick, a decision waited. Okay, I whispered, sliding my bag off my shoulder. Show me what you need. I knelt. She didn't run. She leaned closer. Carefully, I scooped the baby into my hands. So light, so warm. Eyes not yet open. A heartbeat you could feel in your palm. Okay, I whispered. I've got you. I turned toward home and the mother followed, close enough to trust, far enough to watch. Down the stairs into the basement, I found a clean cardboard box, soft cloth, a little blanket. I made a nest, placed the kitten gently inside, food and water on one side, a shallow dish of milk replacer on the other. I left the window tilted open, a small door in the world of fear. I had to step out for an errand. When I closed the door behind me, her eyes were still on the box. I came back and froze. Inside the box were two kittens, the orange baby I'd carried in, now curled against a darker striped sibling. The mother sat beside them, shoulders finally lowering, breath slower. She had left one baby hidden somewhere outside and brought it home after I proved this place was safe. She tested me with her firstborn. If I failed, she'd vanish. If I passed, she'd bring the rest. I've never been more honored by an animal in my life. She needed the blanket settled and the room filled with the quietest sound. Two tiny purrs learning how to be. For a second, I just listened. Was that the boiler or happiness? The orange one twitched, practicing a dream it hadn't had yet. The little tabby, charcoal with silver eyebrows, pressed its nose into the warm curve of its sibling like a compass finding north. The mother lifted her head and looked at me, not a stare, an answer. I whispered, "You did it," and she blinked slow, the kind of blink that says we're safe for now. I scanned the box like a new parent, corners taped, blanket tucked, bowls not too close to the nest. I set a small towel under the door to keep the draft out and rolled a spare sweater into a bumper. The room smelled faintly of cardboard and the gentlest milk. Outside, footsteps pass. Inside, the world shrank to 3 heartbeats and a rhythm of tiny breaths. She must have crossed so many little dangers to bring them here. Bikes, dogs, engines, the sudden slam of doors. I pictured her pausing under hedges, counting breaths, deciding again and again to keep going. Maybe she watched me for days. Maybe she waited for the exact moment I'd understand. I didn't move. I wanted her to feel the stillness I was promising. After a minute, she shifted closer to the edge of the box, almost like she was showing me, "Look, 2, both here." I nodded back, ridiculous and sincere. I set a shallow dish of warm water a little farther away and dimmed the light. On the windowsill, the evening turned the glass soft blue. This basement had been storage yesterday. Tonight it was a border crossing between fear and shelter. I took one photo from far away. No flash, just enough to remember this exact arrangement of fur and faith. Then I put the phone down. Some moments don't need proof. They are the proof. The mother sits upright and washes. Paw up, lick, sweep across her cheek. Again, lick, paw under the chin, over the whiskers. A quick brush of each ear. She settles beside the nest, tail tip ticking once. I kneel by the box and fluff the orange kitten. Light strokes from neck to tail. A small purr vibrates my fingertips. I fluff the dark tabby. Short strokes between the shoulders, then along the back. Both kittens press together. Fresh water and food are nudged to the far wall. The litter tray waits across the room. The kittens rouse, latch for a minute, then fold into a nap again. I smooth their crowns with 2 fingers, 1, 2. The mother gives a low trill and rests her paw across them. The box became a nursery. I fluffed the blanket and the mother looked up. Those green eyes, finally soft. She rolled a little to the side, and the babies found her belly as if magnetized by love. The orange one rooted first, the dark one followed, their small paws kneading in rhythm. They ate, they sighed, they fell asleep cheek to cheek. I stroked the mom gently. She didn't flinch. Different species, same language, safety. On that cracked cardboard and thrifted blanket, a family rebuilt itself. Tonight, a stray didn't ask for food, she asked for a future. If you've ever earned an animal's trust, you know how huge it feels. Subscribe to follow this little family's journey, names, checkups, first steps, everything. And if you can, leave a comment. What should we name the orange kitten and the dark one?